All right, we are on day three. I am so happy that you are here with us again. So, we're getting deep into this whole memory verse section here on in Ecclesiastes, and I want you to think about this section of sowing. It talks about sowing in the morning, and it even makes reference later into at night what you're supposed to do. But why does it speak about sowing in the morning, and also why is sowing even written in there? The Bible uses the word sow a lot. And so, in reference to biblical writings, it has to do with the first thing you do. And so, the planter, the farmer, when he plants, the first thing he does is he sows in the seed. And so, what I want us to think about is, what has God sown into you? And then that's the first part. And then now are you starting to work it? So God has made you with certain specific gifts and talents. We know this. And by the way, if you don't know yours, I can help you. There is a link on my website that you can go to. So just go to nikkiklegel.com and head to the free resources page, and you'll see it's a gifts and talents test. And it's the best one. I've looked at so many, and I love that one. You can even have a copy of it emailed to me if you'd like, and we can try to connect on email. But what I want you to do is consider these things. So, first, before we start in that little section below that has the columns, I want you to look at this question here. God has made you with unique gifts and talents. Have you planted them or have you buried them? So, God sowed them in you, but are you planting and working that seed and that land, which is your body, or did you bury it? And think of the gifts and talents. So that this is one of the verse out of the story of the gifts and talents. So the master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much more. Enter into joy." Okay, so I think that by your master, by the way, but I think that's so awesome because it reminds us that if we right now think, I'm not very talented, I can't do that, I'm not capable of that. I felt that way when I first started all this, and slowly I just keep growing and things keep um, advancing. And I know that it's God helping me do this, that these are things that God helped to build in me, and I'm just making work of them now. And I want to share this with you. And I help people all the time do this, and I'm seeing their lives grow and change fast. And the last part of my book I want to speak of, which is accepting abundance. And there's so much responsibility with the abundance that we get as we start to work our talents and get rewarded. It's not for us to turn around and then bury. We can't keep our blessings for ourselves. As we start to get rewarded, then we reinvest and we use those wisely. And then God gives us more and we keep that going. And yes, you can enjoy things a little. God wants us to enjoy. He wants us to rest and have fun sometimes. He wants us to give back, all kinds of things. That's a whole nother lesson. But I want you to enjoy day three and think really hard about this part at the bottom. So do these three sections. The first one is going to be listing your gifts and talents or passions. If you don't really know your gifts and talents, think about what drives you, what makes you feel passionate. There's a lot of truth to be told in that. Now list ways that you have invested in your growing and your planting and in this section of your gifts and talents. And then last, I want you to list ways that you possibly buried your gifts and talents. That is what week three, and there's a lot of insight in this. Don't skip this step. I cannot wait to talk to you tomorrow.